such. I guess can't really say I think my favorite's probably the last. I mean, the last one's good. They're all good.
In the movies, have you seen the movie version?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite one?
I like the second movie the best. The Chamber of Secrets one.
I'm actually from women's running too. Can you talk about Coach Salazar and how he's preparing you for the race? Just like what has he told you about the marathon in your first time?
I mean, he just said that it's going to be really tough, and I trust that he's prepared me really well. Though we've done 25-mile long runs, and then he's made me jog a mile cool down, so I've done 26 miles, and he's just said that the hills aren't. Actually, he said the hills aren't as bad as you think. It's just kind of comes because the cumulative effect of the downhill is sort of hard on your legs. But we've been practicing that too. So I just feel really prepared. He knows what he's doing.
Do you have a specific game plan in mind? Is there like is there a pace that you think is too fast that you would just let the guys go?
Yeah, we've got an idea in mind, more just by feel. I think on this course you have to go by how you feel, and I know that I'll feel good at the beginning, so I'm going to run slower than I think, and then just run my pace. Though I haven't done anything with pacers, so I'm just going to try to stick to what I know and stay comfortable the first half. I kind of practiced that in the Prague half. I went out slow and then picked it up the last 3 miles, so it'll be the same game plan. If I'm feeling good through the half, then I'll start picking it up. But we definitely want to be conservative since it is my first one, and I'm not going to go with the leaders if they're going really quick. I mean, some of these ladies have run 2:19, 2:20. I've never run a marathon, and so I'm not going to be going at that pace.
Do you have an ideal splitting the hang of halfway?
We're not really sure. I'm just gonna just run my pace and see where that ends up. I think it's hard to tell on this course.
Do you feel more? I mean, you've run so great over the marathon the last 2 races. Do you feel more pressure or expectations because of those performances?
Yes and no. I think it gives me some pressure for myself just because I want to continue to do well and continue to have good races, but I've really just tried to mentally just get back to the basics. All year we've just been saying get my races closer to my workouts, and so if I can just do that, we kind of know what I'm capable of in the marathon, and if I could perform to those expectations, then I'll be pleased.
Do you have any, I guess when Alberta raised the possibility of running the Prague half marathon, with it being only 2 weeks before the race, was there ever any concern with you that it was too close? I guess how have you done recovering from that race?
I had a couple conversations with him. I mean, we looked at it really closely, mainly because of the travel. It's sort of a lot on the body, but I wasn't too worried about the hard effort, just because we would have done a longer tempo or long run in practice, and to be honest, our workouts are a lot harder than the races, so it's nice to get to be able to taper that week and then do the hard effort, and then afterwards we've really not done that much, and then like I said, I sort of ran 10 miles conservatively, only run hard the last 3, so I didn't feel like it was like a all out to the well effort. So I've come off really well, actually. I'm surprised. I thought 2 weeks. I thought it would come quicker, but feels like it's been a long time actually since Prague.
How excited are you about this?
I'm very excited. It's sort of surreal to be here. I feel like I'm still just a little kid, and I want to ask all these ambassadors for their autographs and such. But I get to run alongside them in the race, so it's a huge honor and just a great event. And I usually run well when there's a lot of excitement surrounding the event, and coming over, there are a lot of athletes on our plane, and so I'm excited. I think it'll be a great day on Monday.
How has has Sharon WBZ, how has Alberto and his knowledge of this course, of this race, how has he transferred that to you?
Yeah, it's been really nice because when I first joined him, he doesn't really give a lot of training advice or talk about his running days, which he's just really humble, so he doesn't like to brag or anything. But with the marathon, he's actually given some tidbits here and there, just about when I did this, when I did that. And the other day, he said about the hills and his mileage, and actually I was worried about how I was tapering these last 2 weeks, and he said, well, when I won Boston, I did this, and you're doing even more than me, so don't be worried about your taper. and then he told me the other day that he feels that I'm the most prepared besides himself when he set the world record. So that was a huge honor, but we were also joking, well, is that good or bad? Good or bad? It was a long time ago. Just with my sports psychologist, I was joking, but I'll take it as a really good thing. I feel very comforted knowing that he's run well on this course before, and he kind of knows the ins and outs of it. And he did say that he didn't know how long how close it was to the finish when he turned on Boylston. So we're definitely going to look at that part of the course because we haven't seen any of the course. We didn't come out just because I've been traveling a lot and it's a long trip. So
how did Prague? How has that helped you mentally?
It's helped actually a ton just with my confidence because I felt super relaxed in Prague. The goal was actually not to go to the well. I just wanted to do 10 miles comfortable and then I could start picking it up at the end. And I found a good group of men, and then after 10 miles I dropped them all. So that I was closing really well, so it just gave me a lot of confidence.
Just out of curiosity, because I'm sorry, excuse that I don't know. The time in Prague, had you run halves prior?
Yes, so Houston half was my first one, and I ran 68:40.
Yep.
So in Prague it was 67, 55. So 45 second PR.
Okay, and Houston was when?
January
26th,
18th or something.
But what year?
This year.
Okay.
That was my first half.
Okay, first half. Okay. And then Prague, so you've done 2 halves before this.
Yes.
All right. Are you thinking about, you've been on the track. You've been a track runner. Now, are you enjoying the distance and the roads and the undulations?
Yes, I love the road, and I grew up running the road with my mom. I would run hers. We had a 6-mile route that she made up in the neighborhood, and when I was in 4th grade, I was meeting all the boys in PE class, and she let me start running with her every day. And she let me run 4 miles for a couple years. Then one day on Christmas, I got to run the 6-mile loop. And we would start together, and at first we would run together, but then we would just start together and we'd say bye, and then I would see her at the end because she would let me run faster. So that's kind of how I grew up starting, and that course was very hilly. So it's kind of fitting that this is my first marathon, and it's a hilly course.
So mom's been an inspiration. She was your first inspiration?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your mom's name?
Teresa Hasay. And, she actually passed away in November.
2016? Oh, can you
That's okay. If you don't know the background, it's totally fine. But I'll be running.
With you? Would you talk about that?
Yeah, definitely. I've been speaking about. So this is her engagement ring that I'll be wearing out there, and I started wearing it in January. My dad gave it to me, and I wasn't sure how he would feel about me wearing it. And after the race, he just started crying. And then my mom gave me this ring. It's actually from her mom, my granny, who's still alive. She's 84 now, lives in England. And I call her every couple days just because she reminds me of my mom, and especially because I've been nervous these past couple weeks, and my mom used to be the only one that could calm me down, so I need to call my granny very often these last few weeks. But I feel like there's kind of a community out there because a lot of people have lost loved ones in the bombings and such. So it's just going to be huge, and the marathon is obviously a very emotional event. But I feel like I have a sense of purpose now, and that she'll be with me. And I mean, we knew before she passed that that I was going to move up to the marathon in Boston, and I have it. We wrote on the calendar in her handwriting Boston, and so she'd always tell me, just be my shining star. That's all you have to be. And so that's what I tell myself. People say they have a mantra in the race and such, and so I'm always saying, okay, shining star, just do your best, and that's all you can do.
Thank you.
Thanks. It was